guys, so today I will be reviewing Survivor 35 episode 2. So after tribal eviction of last episode, it goes back to everybody's tribe and the people are like kind of breaking up into groups. Let's see, there's Joe and Cole. So Joe, the probation officer, you know, the one that thinks he's so smart, he decides to go out and look for a friend because he said he needed someone to trust and the idol. Well, guess what? He ended up finding a clue to the idol. Then he decides to go tell Cole that he found a clue. They go back and look at the clue, and then Cole tells them, no, the clue is in the well, okay? Now, these two are like two kindred spirits. Like, it's like friendship at first sight. I think they're gonna make a pretty good alliance, you know, so far. You know, you never know with people, but I think it's pretty good so far. So that's what was going on in the healer side, okay? So next we have the hustlers, and Simone and Alex seem to be teaming up since, you know, which is a weird pairing since nobody likes Simone. People are calling her weird. I mean, all she does is just stay in the ocean and not talk to a lot of people. That's all. What's so weird about that? Then we have the heroes, and it's Alan and, well, nobody. No one seems to be hooking up with Alan. He seems to be public enemy number one after the stunt he pulled at Tribal Council. Remember accusing people of having the idol when they really didn't, and, you know, make JP drop in his poor little pants? So that's what happened right at the beginning of the episode. In the beginning, it was Allie and Patrick. They gravitated towards each other, and then it was Allie and Simone, because, you know, no one in the group likes Simone. I don't know why. She's standoffish. She doesn't talk to anybody. She's always in the water. What's so bad about that? Then after that, it's Allie and Lauren. She had to jump ship on Patrick because Patrick's whole strategy was to make everybody laugh. You know, be the bubbly, funny guy. And that's okay for about, you know, an hour, but he just wouldn't shut up. You know, no offense. I like him, but, you know, I can understand where Lauren's coming from. Especially, like, the more tired I get, and the hotter I get, and the more hungry I get. I get Lauren's point. Like, that would really get on my nerve. So now it's Lauren and Allie gravitating towards each other. Who knows if it'll last. And in the healers group, you have, that's my dog barking. In the healers group, you have the probation officer, Joe. Now remember I called him pushy last week in a nice way. You know, he's very, very, you know, aggressive. Well, you know, he decides that he needs to go look for an idol, okay? So he thinks there's one out there, he's gotta go get it. And I was thinking, Joe, pipe down, calm down, and get to know people first. Like, idol. Well, I'm glad he didn't listen to me because it really worked out. So he ended up finding a clue, right? And so he found the clue, he didn't know what to do with it. So on the spot, he decides to tell Cole. This was a very good choice. Cole is a really sweet guy. And when Joe told him about the clue, he said, let me see the clue. He went back and saw the clue and realized where the clue was. He said it was in the well. They go over to the well, they find the clue. He gives the clue to Joe. So Joe has the clue. Now, I'm hoping these two work together, you know, but I don't know, you know, I'm still a little leery about Joe because he's a little pushy, like, you know, just a little bit. And he's a probation officer, so he doesn't trust anybody. You know, he has trust issues. You know, I don't know. Do you think something happened in his childhood? But I hope he sticks with Cole. I'm thinking this is a very good combination. Then there was the heroes group. And so after last week's tribal council, when Alan kind of, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, I'm going to be really gentle here. I don't want to start being mean to anybody. After he made a fool out of himself, you know, I love the word fool. It's not in a mean way. After he made a fool out of himself, no one trusts him anymore, right? So I get it. Ashley was upset. JP was upset because, you know, he called them a power couple. And so after the tribal council, I thought, Chrissy's kind of a, I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, an idiot, right? I thought she was an idiot for not using the idol. Well, you know what? 2 hours makes a whole difference. Comes to find out, somehow the mom of the group has mapped out a plan, and in my opinion, outsmarted everybody. So she goes around, she tests her victims. She was thinking about, teaming up with JP, but, she just doesn't think he has too many, she kind of thinks he's dumb. And then, of course, no one's gonna trust Alan because, the behavior he distributed. So she decides to team up with Ben. This is a good idea. No one's gonna expect these two are together. But this is Survivor. Anything can happen at any moment. But for now, it all seems like a good idea. And the healers end up winning, automatically sending the hustlers to tribal council. And before they can even go to commercial break, because usually they go to commercial break, before they can even get back to the tribe, right away Devin's saying, bye-bye, Simone. I mean, I feel bad because, there's always that one person that's just like, a beginner casualty. They really didn't get a chance to play the game. I mean, and right away everyone summed her up as weird, and I feel bad for her, but, she was on a Survivor. She should have, had her strategy intact. She was like too busy, I don't know, sightseeing. I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't making friends. I know that. So the minute Simone gets back to the tribe, I'm thinking, sayonara, Simone, I felt really bad. But no, this is when she decides to play the game. I was really shocked because I feel like Simone was a criminal and she gave Simone was the cop and she gave the criminal a 5-mile head start. It's too late to play the game when you are going to tribal council. This is something you have to do earlier on. But, she really gave it her best. She tried to go to Allie and Lauren and try to say, hey, I noticed that Paul was, working your nerves. Now, we all know Patrick was working Lauren's nerve. So she made a reasonable alliance with them. But they didn't go for it. They were saying, so Allie ends up making an alliance with Ryan and Devin. Now that's a really, really, really good alliance. And they were talking about Patrick's a loose cannon, but he has physical traits. Simone will do what we say, kind of batty and nutty, and, a little bit of, like a log, like a burden. So I didn't know who they were going to vote for when they got to tribal council. When they get to tribal council, Jeff's there. He starts asking everyone questions, and he asks Patrick, do you trust everyone in the group? And Patrick says, most of them. See, the playful guy, he's a liability here. He's a liability because he just wants to play all the time. He just says reckless, crazy things. Everyone looked at him like, what? Then he said, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I meant to say, I trust everybody. Wow, I see he's gonna be pure entertainment. But let me tell you what I learned in the tribal council. I learned that Ryan is a huge threat and most likely who I'm pulling for to pull it off. Now, somebody's gotta do something pretty crazy, pretty fantastic for me to throw him to the side and choose another favorite person. But so far, I'm riding with Ryan. And let me tell you what, he's not a physical threat, no offense, I'm sure he's okay, but there's a lot of the guys are way more built than him. But he's really smart. I think he's really, really smart. And so, wouldn't it be funny if it came down to Ryan and then the mom, Chrissy? She's kind of a threat too, like whoever thought a mom would be a threat, but they're a threat. So anyway, they get to tribal council and Simone is voted out. I felt bad. Well, no, I didn't. No, I kind of blamed her for, it's kind of her own fault. You should have got a strategy together much earlier. But you were nice, right? Okay, now, that's how the episode ended. I'm really liking it. I'm still filling everyone out, starting to get favorite players, starting to get players that I don't like, not so much. One of my favorite would be Ryan, and then a not so favorite probably would be Patrick. I'm gonna go with Patrick for now, because the boy's like a loose cannon, and I mean that in a nice way. A lot of people like to play with cannons. Okay, so that's what we had this week. It was a very good episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Talk to you next time. Bye.